So this guy has a very sensational sign. Sir, do you mind if I ask you what brought you out here today?
The First Amendment right to protest.
All right, we take a look at your shirt and at your sign here. So you got the F Trump shirt and also Trump for KKK or KKK for Trump. What is your beef with Donald Trump?
Well, number one, I think he's a manifestation of the media. I mean, we have a reality star that's running for president. I mean, who's next? Kim Kardashian or Justin Bieber? That's pathetic. I mean, it really is. And I mean, he says anything just to pander to any crowd. So he's at Liberty University and he quotes Corinthians 2 or whatever, you know. So I mean,
as far as policy, what's his policies that you can't get with?
Well, I know that he'd revert back to the essence of tax cuts, okay, for the wealthiest, cutting trade embargoes, shipping out jobs. I mean, he says he's for American jobs, but all of his clothes that's made is made in China. So he's a hypocrite when it comes to that standpoint, you know, so.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, no, there's plenty of other things. His xenophobia, his racism, overt racism, and not being able to walk away from David Duke or any other white supremacists that endorse him, you know. So I mean, and the violence that's taking place at his rallies, you know.
Well, sir, I will challenge you on that point. We've seen people like Hillary be endorsed by Klan members as well.
I agree with that. Those are just trolls. I mean, really. I mean, okay, so if you look at the history of, because I teach history, okay, so conservatives opposed the Declaration of Independence because they didn't want to give up their power, okay? Fuck Donald Trump. But you look at the civil rights area, who was opposed to it? Conservatives. Who opposed to free and slavery? Conservatives. Who was opposed to allowing women to vote? Conservatives. Okay, so paying for public education, they try to dismantle public education. I'm a public school and public education teacher, and they're constantly trying to dismantle it. They've tried the idea of vouchers. Now they have charter schools. All it does is hurt education. I mean, and I teach this in my world history class. It's the movie Bug's Life. It's the ants versus the grasshoppers. The problem is you get people to think that they're grasshoppers, but they're really ants. Okay. And I like some of the things that you guys do on InfoWars, but I think some of it can be a little bit lunacy, you know. So I listen to some of the things that you do, and I believe a lot of the things. But at the end of the day, Hillary's going to appoint a Supreme Court justice, possibly up to 4. That's better for America, better for workers, better for my son, better for the air that they breathe, the water that they drink. Okay. So that in the end, okay, yes, President Obama's gone, but he appointed 2 Supreme Court justices. He's going to appoint a 3rd to protect Hillary. He really is. So, I mean, so.
All right, well, thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate the interview. Thank you.